In the year of 2015, there was a kid who was labeled as Steph Curry Jr. He got this label and the recognition for very clear and obvious reasons. Reason number one is that he looked identical to Stephen Curry, and reason number two is he played very similar, from his driving and passing ability to even his long-range three-pointers. At the middle school level, he was the closest thing to Curry. He also had numerous videos with millions of views, and he currently has one that's sitting at over 5 million. But however, with all that good stuff being said, ever since 5 to 6 years ago, nobody really knows what happened to this guy or where he is today. So therefore, it leaves us with the question today: what really happened to Steph Curry Jr.? What's good, y'all? Hope you're having a blessed day. Just wanted to drop by and say we're on the road to 100K. We're super close. So if you're loving the content, what are you doing? Join the family. Hit that subscribe button. Leave a like for more. Now, without further ado, let's dive into the story. I actually made a video about this kid over roughly a year ago, but it's been a year, so it's time for an update. First things first, the quote-unquote Steph Curry Jr. kid goes by the name of Cameron Abori. There's not too much to even talk about for his middle school years because everyone saw and witnessed how great he was. Was he the best player in his class? Absolutely not, but he resembled Stephen Curry's game, so people saw the potential and saw the hype. Going into high school, people expected, I wouldn't say big things out of him, but they expected him to make some noise. Things haven't gone exactly quite the way I think he would want them to go, but they're not going terrible, so let's get into it. In the years 2015 and 16, and you could even say 17, he was a YouTube sensation. Now, as we all know, all of these YouTube sensations and kids that get labeled as that don't really pan out, and they're not that great of hoopers. They're just entertaining to watch on YouTube. They're not really skilled. Cameron was different though, and a lot of people saw that. To start his high school career, he wound up playing for a high school in Texas known as Foster High School. And in 28 games played, he averaged 9.5 points per game, 2.4 assists, and 1.3 rebounds, and 1.3 steals. He was a freshman, and I know those aren't outstanding numbers, but that's not too shabby. I would take those numbers any day, and I think any of us watching this would take those even as a sophomore. Here's the thing though, all that hype he had in middle school started to fizzle out. He didn't get worse by any means, but other people around him started to get bigger, stronger, and just better. He had an average freshman season, but nothing really stood out about him, so colleges weren't really calling his name or recruiting him. After that freshman season though, he wound up transferring to a school in Texas known as Shadow Creek. Over the last 2 years, his growth as a player has been tremendous. One thing I will give him credit for is that he is very consistent. One big thing that's really helped him too is that he's now listed at 6'2", which is a huge difference because in middle school he was tiny. Of course, he's still got that 3-point shot, but he's now working on other parts and aspects of his game. He can be a point guard, he can be a shooting guard, or even at the high school level he can be a small forward. He can score the ball, that's not the problem. The problem is his recruitment hasn't really took off. He hasn't had that spark that every player needs because there's a time in between a player's recruitment process where they can't get from 1 offer to 10 offers. Normally, once you start to get 2 to 3 and 4 offers, the rest just start to pour in. He's so close to being a legit stud and a legit prospect for the college level, but he's not there just yet. He's in the class of 2022, so he has 1 more year left, and I would say he's running out of time. This summer in AAU, it's going to be what either makes him or breaks him. I understand scoring isn't everything, but in high school and what most of these college coaches look for are scores. Yes, they look for other things, but trust me, if you can put up 20, 30 points per game, you're going to get some offers. He really needs to be more aggressive and just start to prove to all these scouts that he can score. In middle school and even as a freshman, you can make the argument and say, well, his size hurts him, but not anymore. He's listed at 6'2", like I said. As of when I'm making this video, according to Rivals.com, and he's not even listed on ESPN, he doesn't have a single offer or a single interest. He's not a 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5-star recruit, he's a 0-star. I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty shocked by that because I thought he'd at least have a couple. In middle school, he was a good player and maybe even a great player, but I think at the high school level, he's just been an average player. It's sad to say it really is, and he's shown flashes of greatness, but he needs to be more consistent with showing those flashes. He's still got a year of high school basketball left, so he could turn it on and be a 4 or 5 star recruit within the blink of an eye, because we saw it happen with Colin Sexton. Am I saying Cameron Abori is going to be the next Colin Sexton? No, because that's not going to happen, but it could. I do think he will land an offer or two, maybe in AAU or at the beginning of his senior season. As of when I'm making this video too, he's currently playing AAU basketball for a team that goes by the name of Empire. Out of all the stories we cover on this channel, he has one of the simplest ones. One thing I will say about him, because I was looking at his social medias and stuff like that, he seems like a great and humble kid and just a cool guy to be around. That's one thing I'm really big on, because I don't think you can count people like that out because they're in it for the long haul. People that are toxic and always hyping themselves up and have a huge ego, they never pan out. He doesn't get in any trouble, any drama, he just hoops and stays to himself. And somebody like that, I wouldn't say they're destined for greatness, but they're gonna be okay in life, whether that's in basketball or anything else. He will be a senior next year, like I stated, so I'm going to be curious, and I definitely am going to be interested in keeping up with him next year to see if he gets some offers. At the end of these videos, we sort of judge what happened with most of these players and give an overview. Did they fall off or not? I don't even think you can say he fell off because his story's still going on. He had a couple videos go viral on YouTube. It was nothing crazy. And I wouldn't even say he was getting a ton of hype then. He was getting some, but people were only high on him because he looked like Stephen Curry and played like him. And at the time of that video in 2015 and 16, that's when Stephen Curry was the biggest name in basketball. Everybody wanted to be him. Everybody wanted to play like him. So it was kind of fitting that that video went viral at that time. I'm wishing Cameron the best of luck in his basketball career or whatever he chooses to do in life, because I think he's a great dude. Let me know in the comment section what you think about him and his story. But with all that being said, that's going to wrap up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. If you're new to the channel, what are you doing? We're on the road to 100K and we can't get there without you. We can't. So I appreciate it. If you join the family, hit that subscribe button, leave a like for more. And as always, let's be great. I'm out, y'all. Peace.